What up, everybody? It's Rob, the Metal Guy, and I'm back at you with another video. This time, as you can see from the title, I'll be talking about a concert that I went to, and then after, giving some recommendations, and along the way, probably going off on side rants as I usually do in these videos. If you haven't checked out the channel before, make sure you like and subscribe, and check out all my past content. Heck, even go back to some of the interviews I did on my college radio show, videos I've done where I've interviewed bands live at shows. It's all there if you like and subscribe on the channel. I'm trying to do this weekly, as for a while there I took a break. Well, that was because I was sick. Damn pneumonia. But I'm feeling better. I'm doing good, which was good, so I could enjoy myself at the concert this past Wednesday, which I'm extremely pleased. I'm telling you, to say that I had a great time getting to see The Mission, an iconic post-punk, described as goth rock, new wave band from the 80s. In the US, they have to call themselves The Mission UK. I believe there's some issue with, again, using just the name The Mission. I don't know if some other band or a label or some entity, but for some purpose, they're billed as The Mission UK, but I still refer to them as The Mission. That's what I'm going to do. But if you see their tour poster and everything, that's what they've been calling themselves in North America, which I don't, like I said, really understand myself. I think there's probably some long explanation if somebody has it out there and wants to put in the comments. I just know that on their albums, they're called The Mission. And that's what I refer to them as. But sometimes, again, when you're talking, you say, oh, The Mission UK, because that's what's billed. It is what it is. But anyway, besides that, band I've really respected for years, one of my favorite albums is from The Mission, and that is God's Own Medicine. I love that release. It's their debut release. The guitarist, singer, Wayne Hussey, tremendous player, has a unique sound. He uses a 12-string guitar, which I'm a huge fan of. Again, Alex Lifeson from my favorite band of all time, Rush. He used a 12-string on quite a few Rush releases, most notably A Farewell to Kings. So when I first heard The Mission and I heard Wayne Hussey playing that 12-string, I was blown away. And some of the riffs he came up with on that debut album are just amazing, just very timeless, right? I just love the sound. And Craig Adams, the bassist, he's a solid bassist. And of course, for those who are familiar, Craig and Wayne played in the Sisters of Mercy, a very iconic new wave goth rock post-punk band, significant, right, in the world of goth rock. This album, The First and Last and Always, which I have, features Wayne Hussey, Craig Adams on it, and some of the songs Wayne Hussey contributed are classics, right, on this release. But eventually they left and they formed The Mission, and they're a band that I like because Wayne Hussey, Craig Adams, they went away and they did something different, and it just really stood out in terms of songwriting. And that's why I love this band, The Mission. And getting to see them live was an eye-opening experience. It's one of the shows that I will always remember. Saw it live at the Ritz, a venue that I definitely enjoy, having been born in San Jose, California. Still live in the Bay Area, so I go to San Jose quite often, as I brought up in past videos. Go to the Ritz for shows, go to Rasputin's in Campbell, which is nearby, and the Mitsuwa Market, which is a Japanese market, which I love going to. And San Jose, it's on the border near Saratoga, and check it out. Strawberry Park it's like this little shopping center. They got a great ramen place there too. Amazing little, it's like a hole in the wall. And then the manga store, which I talk about a lot in my videos. I'll be talking about extreme death metal, black metal, and all of a sudden I'll be talking about manga, which I'm sure that probably drives some of the hardcore death metal fans wild, but hey, it's what I enjoy. I talk about what I enjoy, and that's what this whole channel's always been about. I'm not ashamed, I state my opinions. But getting back to the concert that I saw this past Wednesday, just unbelievable performance by The Mission. Love the songs. I like how they played songs from all the different releases. They played stuff from God's Own Medicine. Now, again, in a perfect world, would I have liked them to play a couple more? Definitely, right? There's songs that I would have liked to have heard, but I can understand when they were coming up with this set list. I thought they really did cover, really, when you look at their whole discography and their career, they did a really good job representing it. And maybe some fans, right, and again, if you have a favorite album where you're saying, well, I wanted to hear more of this, or I want to hear more of that, it happens. And I can understand that sentiment, which I'm not going to defend. Something that I love. Here, I picked up this CD. It's The Mission live, and I believe this is in Buenos Aires, which is in Argentina. And Buenos Aires, excuse me. Horrible pronunciation, as I am known to do. So, could you believe that I had, was it 4 years of college radio experience? But anyway, this live release is really cool. I mean, I listened to it the next day after seeing them live just to get a feel of the songs. And again, they sound great live. Really impressed by just how they perform. The whole band, unbelievable. But there was a moment during this live release where Wayne Hussey addressed the crowd because somebody shouted out, "Play Mary Ann," or they said something about, is this next song going to be Mary Ann? And Wayne Hussey's response is, "It's not Mary Ann, stupid." Because there is this fan base that it's like you go to see The Mission, but for some reason they want to shout songs from the Sisters of Mercy, which in my opinion, as a fan of both bands, but when I go to see The Mission, I'm not going to expect them to play the Sisters of Mercy songs. No, because Wayne Hussey, Craig Adams, and the other members that are playing in the band have made a career writing music and doing something that's not the Sisters of Mercy. Now, yeah, I believe there's a video out there. They did one of their tours. They played Mary Ann. Okay. That was their choice. But for fans to start shouting songs at a band, like, I want you to play this from that previous band that you were in, that to me is the most douchey, obnoxious thing, especially when somebody does it more than once, like they keep doing it. I might have heard it at the Ritz this past Wednesday, but I kind of just tuned it out. There's a lot of interesting characters, to be honest. Drunk people getting thrown out within like the first two songs. This one chick, she was drunk. Her friend was trying to pull her away, and she somehow made her way back, which, go figure there, But luckily, when she left the one spot, I was able to get closer to the stage, which was nice because I got to, for the encore, be like right up there, which I was really excited because I got to hear 3 really good songs there for the encore. That cover of Never Let Me Down Again by Depeche Mode, exceptional. I love how The Mission, they cover quite a few songs if you listen to their albums and look back at the whole discography. And they do a really good job about making it their own, right? Kind of putting their unique sound and spin on the songs. And the Depeche Mode cover of Never Let Me Down Again is a great example of that. And I would recommend checking it out. It's, on YouTube. You can go and search it up. It's really good. And then Tower of Strength, the final song, unbelievable. But I was lucky to get to that front because this one drunk chick, her friend pulled her away and got to move up. And then this one lady, man, she was just sauced. Oh, God, she was trying to give Wayne a hug, and Wayne was like, "I'm not going to hug you. But Craig will." And Craig kind of like, what? But this lady, she was, it's not a good, I don't want to say it's not a good show. I mean, the shows usually I see are good, but it's not an experience at the Ritz if somebody doesn't get thrown out or does something stupid. It seems to be the case. But that actually goes for every show I seem to go to. Somebody does something weird. Just happens to be the case, It is what it is. When there's liquor involved, people do some stupid things. And that's what it was. And also there's this lady, because I do this a lot, right? Loosen my shoulder up. I play guitar. I play golf, so I just loosen my shoulder up, right? Just to kind of get loose. It's not like I'm in pain or anything, but she started massaging my my shoulder and actually giving me recommendations and how to massage it. Or she was rubbing my shoulder, which was, it was very nice. It was strange, but thanks for doing that. It felt better, but I definitely felt a little off. This lady in front of everybody was giving me a massage. And then she started talking to the person that came to the concert with me, my mom, because my mom likes The Mission. She enjoys them too. And She loves post-punk new wave. I mean, she's one of the reasons why probably, again, Depeche Mode I was introduced because my mom had a CD back like when I was in middle school, listening to the car. So she was with me and having a good time, kind of like an early Mother's Day present. Happy early, or actually today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there watching. And if you're a child that hasn't got your mom something, better do it now. Better do it now. It is Mother's Day. My nephew and I, we took care of that shopping. Actually, I took care of it. He just sat there on his phone the whole time. But anyway, besides that, getting back to the point, this lady was talking to my mom. She was giving a massage, which I was like, okay, this is weird. And my mom's having a conversation with her, like it's no big, like, oh yeah. And the lady goes, "Are you guys German?" We didn't know how to respond to that. Luckily, the mission started. They came out and she stopped and massaged me. It was odd, but hey, what you gonna do? It was a polite gesture, just a little strange, But it's San Jose. There's always something strange happening in San Jose. Trust me. Go down Stevens Creek Boulevard, you'll see something that just makes you go, what the hell? But no, I really enjoyed it. There was an opening band, Nuovo Testamento. I hope I pronounced that right. They were all right. They're like a synth pop, synth wave band. Opening for the Mission. I'll be honest, didn't really do much for me. I like synthwave. I respect it. I do enjoy some bands. A band Glass Spell I love. But this band, I'm glad there was people there that seemed like they were enjoying themselves. You know, the leather jacket looked like they were extras on the Lost Boys movie set, you know, or something. They were having a good time dancing and getting into the music. It just, to me, was just okay. It reminded me of like 80s synth pop, disco influence, like the Miami Sound Machine or something, which I'm just not into that. And maybe also, I'm going to say this. If you go to a show and you're really excited to see a band and there's an opener that's just kind of like, okay, why are they here? Because you're so excited to see the headliner, that might also affect how you perceive the band. Again, I'm open-minded. I am respectful. I commend them for performing. And I guess somebody, you know, booked them with the Mission. The Mission could be huge fans of this band. That's great. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But for me, I was just like, oh, all right, wrap it up. And that's how I felt. Because going back to Rush, I'm very fortunate. Rush, when I saw them, never had openers, and Rush realized this eventually in their careers, because the fan base is so loyal, diehard, and dedicated to the band that they want to go see, that sometimes when you have an opener that's just so, it's hard to really get into them. Now, maybe for some people it isn't. Maybe they're the ones that are more open-minded than myself, but I'll just say that, hey, it is what it is when it comes to certain openers. And if you like synthwave, synth pop, check out the Nuovo Testamento. And they played at Cruel World, which the Mission also played. Actually, that's why the Mission, I believe, they did this West Coast run, because it fit with them showing up at Cruel World. And it was also cool. They got to go up and down the West Coast. They're in Canada right now playing. I feel bad. Wayne Hussey, I believe his cat passed away, and the dog he has is sick. He posted that on his Instagram. So to his wife and him, very, very sorry to hear that. You know, I have cats. I've talked about before, Sally, Sabrina. So it's very sad to hear that. Never like hearing about animals passing, especially, you know, cats, because we have them, and dogs as well. It's sad. But they played this West Coast, and I wish they did an East Coast, because I know there's people that I am following on Twitter. I guess you would say my Twitter friends that are, unfortunately, you know, they were like, oh man, I love the Mission. I really wish I could see them. And you're so lucky. And it's like, yeah, well, hopefully they'll play the East Coast. We'll see. You know, maybe they'll do a run. But I feel like with this West Coast run that they did, it made sense given that you had Cruel World coming up, which they performed. And God, there's a lot of good bands on Cruel World. But yeah. Overall, it was a pleasant concert experience. Yeah, there's some strangeness. Yeah, DJ Basura, the guy that does the DJ in the beginning, he kind of goes a little too long. I didn't mind when DJ Basura was doing the DJing for, what was that, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. I thought that worked, and his time was fine. But I'm just going to just point this out. The last 2 times that he's DJ'd, maybe again, I really want to see the band. So I'm kind of like, wrap it up, wrap it up. You know, I don't want to start chanting, you know, we want the mission, we want the mission. Or I'm going to go up to JJ Basur and be like, okay, buddy, you're cut off. You know, pull the power plug, and I probably get thrown out. But anyways, it is what it is there. And hey, he's spinning the records. He seems like a cool dude. He's done it now. I've seen quite a few shows of him being like the opening. He just does the DJ set playing records, and got the light show flashing in the front of the stage, which is, it's cool for like 30 minutes. And then you're kind of like, and also some guy spilled his drink on me. Actually, the bartender, I don't know who I'm going to blame for it, but when there was a handoff of the club soda, this guy wanted club soda near the bar, he spilled it on my pants. Luckily, I was wearing black pants, my black jeans, and he got it just on the leg. But, I mean, if he had spilled it in the front, I would be afraid people thought I pissed my pants like Joe Biden or something. I don't want that, you know. People are going to call me, instead of, you know, President Poopy Pants, they're going to call me Rob the Metal Guy Pissy Pants. So, don't want that. So, luckily, he just spilled it on my pant leg, you know. Safe there. Anyway. So yeah, I got this live CD, and I also want to give a shout out to Alex Baum, the drummer. He's really good. Like, I thought he did an amazing job behind the kit. His playing, solid player. Check him out. Like, you got to check out the video. He was really, I was impressed. Really a strong drummer. Like, gosh, love the sound. He added, I thought, to the band. They had just a great performance. So, Mission. And if you have not heard them somehow, do yourself a favor. I wore this shirt actually at the show because I'm a huge T-Rex fan. I'm going to give my recommendations here about T-Rex. Mark Bolan, the man behind T-Rex, an amazing musician, guitarist, singer. Huge influence in the world of glam rock. I mean, we're talking punks were influenced by him. I mean, Def Leppard has cited him as a major influence. Wayne Hussey of The Mission, I found out actually a while back. Someone said, oh, I'm not surprised that you're a fan of The Mission and you're also a fan of T-Rex. I was like, why is that? And the person told me, oh, Wayne Hussey was like influenced by T-Rex when he was growing up or something. So I checked it out, and sure enough, I thought that's really cool that here's a band I like, The Mission, and then I'm a huge fan of T-Rex, and you find out that a member, really significant member, guitarist, singer Wayne Hussey, was influenced by Mark Bolan and T-Rex. So I thought, yeah, I'll wear the shirt. And he actually pointed at me. I think he saw the T-Rex shirt, and I was like, there we go, you know. We both got great taste in music. Great taste in music right there. But the recommendations, these are the T-Rex releases I have. Of course, one of rock and roll's greatest releases of all time. I apologize for the glare. I'm going to try to do something in my future videos about that damn glare from the window. But this right here, Electric Warrior, it's an iconic album cover. As you see, you got the silhouette of Mark Bolan with the double stacked amps behind them. And this album spawned probably his most popular hit, a lot of people know, which is Bang a Gong, Get It On. And for me, though, there's a lot of great songs on this. Rip Off is a really good song. I actually have a guy from where I work. Him and I were talking about it, and he said Rip Off was a track that he loved from this album, which I definitely agree with. Cosmic Dancer. If you ever see the movie Billy Elliot, it's a good film. I'd recommend it, about this young boy who wants to get into dancing. He's from an area where they're working the mines in the UK, and there's like a lot of issues going on, a strike and everything, and dancing's kind of like his escape. And in that film, they play a lot of T-Rex songs, which is so cool because it kind of fits into the film. And in the beginning, he's dancing to Cosmic Dancer. His older brother, actually has the album on vinyl. And his brother, I think, is a fan. And Billy, listens to the record when his brother is not around because he likes it too. But they played Children of the Revolution is in that film. And then I Love to Boogie, I think, is also in that film as well. Yeah, it is. I Love to Boogie. I'm pretty sure it was also part of that soundtrack. So that's Electric Warrior. I highly recommend if you somehow have not checked this out. To me, it's like a rock and roll staple. Super significant album. This is my favorite, the final album from Mark Boland and T-Rex, Dandy in the Underworld. Just this one I love. The diversity in the songwriting and songs, unbelievable. My favorite song on this is probably Teen Riot Structure, the last one. I thought the lyrics were really catchy and clever, and I just love the sound, right? The tempo. And like I said, there's a diversity of songwriting on this release, in my opinion. From Dandy in the Underworld, which kind of has like a 50s rock and roll feel to it. And then you get to a song that has more of like a catchy, faster paced 70s rock and roll kind of tempo with visions of Domino. And then I Love to Boogie, you know, is that kind of like rock and roll, rockabilly sound. And his voice, everything just always fit with Mark Boland in terms of how he would write songs, record them, and they just stick with you, right? There's just something that grabs you. And here's another release that I have, The Slider. I love this. Spaceball Ricochet is one of the songs on this that really stands out. It's an acoustic piece. I love the arrangement of that song and how everything, the instruments, and he always had good session musicians around him. And if you listen to his albums, there's just this addition because of the people he brought in, right? In terms of the presentation, the sound, and it brought his songs to a whole nother level. And a lot of artists, The Mission, I could definitely tell when, you know, you listen to their music, you could hear where there's an influence, especially like on God's Own Medicine, the incorporation of different instruments and bringing in, again, kind of an extra sound layer and having that to elevate, like during chorus sections. I think, you know, when I listen to like The Mission, Wasteland, and Deliverance, I'm reminded of like Children of the Revolution by T-Rex, right? When you hit that chorus, right? The riffs, the way everything has this massive sound that draws you in. So yeah, that was really cool when I found that out. And I said, I'll wear this shirt. And Wayne gave me the thumbs, or he pointed me out, and I'd say, yeah, man, huge fan of T-Rex, huge fan of you. And music keeps on going, you know. Hopefully young artists check out bands like The Mission and T-Rex, because in this way, you know, you have bands hopefully being inspired to write similar music. Because that's what I think the world of rock and roll really needs. You know, I wish there was more just good rock bands, post-punk, and there are. I mean, Late the Heaven is a post-punk new wave style band that I really enjoyed. Check them out if you haven't. God, I wish Late the Heaven did a tour with The Mission. That'd been cool. But yeah. Anyway, that's my review of the concert, giving my recommendation about T-Rex. And next video, I'm hoping I'm going to be doing a review of my friend and this band that I've talked about quite often called Hemotoxin. If you're into death metal, thrash metal, they're putting out a new album. I pre-ordered it. Supposedly it's on its way. The album drops the 17th, but I might get it before because, like I said, I believe he's already shipped it. So I'm hoping to listen to that, review it for the blog, and then also do a video to talk about it, because this is a very significant album. I'm very excited for Hemotoxin. Their last album, which I've talked about before, Restructure the Mold in Mind, unfortunately came out during COVID. So if you're a band, you know how that was. And if you're a fan, you also know, because it came to getting some albums, there was delays. You didn't get to hear a lot of the songs live, which that was tough, right? Especially if you put out a new album, that's always a challenge, because you want to put out an album and then you want to perform. Couldn't do that with COVID. So, but they're back and they're working hard, man. I saw them at the Brentwood Emporium. The new lineup is killer. Nathan Firth is back in the band. What a great bassist he is. So Hemotoxin, I'm looking the next video for next week if I can maybe review that album actually and talk about it on video, as well as, like I said, I'm going to try to write a review for that. But I might take my time, because it's a band, like I said, I'm familiar with, so I want to make sure I really give my thoughts and listen to it. And there'll definitely be some bias, but I'm going to, you know, give my opinion, you know, the best I can, as I always try. But anyway, everybody, if you like the video, make sure you know what to do. You like, subscribe, share, comment, argue, do what you want to do. It's a free country, for now. Anyway, this is Rob the Metal Guy, signing off. Later.